Okay, so here I am with my TI-84. You can go to the y equals menu, and what we're going to do is we're just going to type that whole polynomial in. To get a fraction, you can do alpha y equals, and then enter. So then 1/3 x to the third plus fraction 3/2 x squared minus 18x. And so I'm going to do zoom 6 to kind of get the standard viewing window, and I'm going to see what this graph looks like. And you'll notice that this thing goes off the screen up here and then down here too. And so what I want to do is I want to change the window so that it doesn't do that. So I see the whole graph. This is sort of a critical part of this unit, and I need you to be good at changing the window on your calculator so that you can see everything on your graph really well. I'm going to change the y minimum just to -50 because I'm just taking a guess and seeing what happens when I change that. I'm going to change the y maximum also to 50, and then I'm going to make it go by tens on the y-axis. I'm also going to change the x minimum just a little bit, -15 maybe, just so that it shows a little bit more over on the left side of the graph. So I'm going to click graph to show you what that looks like now. And so now what I can see is, okay, it looks nice over here. I can see that whole part. I can see this whole part, but I still can't see up here. So what I need to change is the y maximum. So window, change the y maximum maybe to 100, and then hit graph again. And so now this looks really nice. I can see the whole shape of the graph. I can see that it goes off the graph over here on the right side. So the right end behavior is up, the left end behavior is down. We can see that now. We can also see the turning points. We can see the x-intercepts. We can see all that stuff. For this example, I'm going to calculate the extrema, and the extrema are the maximums and minimums. We also call those turning points. It's just a bunch of vocabulary words to mean basically the same thing, but just be comfortable with all of them. In the calculator, you have to calculate, so second trace, minimums and maximums. So I'm going to start with the maximum first, and that's the point right here. It's this spot. So to get it, you have to go to the left side to show the calculator where the left bound is. So hit enter, scroll over to the right side. Come on, you can do it. Like right about there is good, hit enter. And then it says guess, and the guess is right about there, and hit enter one more time. Okay, so I'm going to just drag this over here and say, okay, here is your first answer. This maximum is the point -690, so I could say one turning point is the point -690. Sorry about my kind of kindergarten handwriting on this device. Okay, let's do the other one. We're going to do second calculate the minimum now. Whoops, second calculate a minimum. There it is. And to do that, we're going to look for this point down here. This one down here. So we're going to do scroll over to the left side of it, hit enter, scroll over to the right side of it, maybe, hit enter, and then scroll back to where the minimum value is, and you're going to hit enter again. Okay, so then I'm going to drag this over here so that we have it. Oh no. I don't know what's happening. Anyway, okay, I'm just going to write it. My answer is the point 3 -31.5. Wow, I wish that looked better. Okay, anyway, you get the point. So that's calculating extrema. We're going to go to the next slide, and I'm going to show you how to do zeros. Before I do that, though, I just want to show you what this looks like on Desmos. So the graphing calculator looks like this on Desmos. You can pinch the axes like this to change the scale. You can also change the window here. So that's the same as what you would see on the graphing calculator. The cool part about Desmos is you can just click on the graph, and you can click on those 2 points, and then you get them right there. So the next problem says, calculate the x-intercepts. Another vocabulary word for that is the roots or the zeros. Those are the places where the graph crosses the x-axis. Here's my graph. I just used the same window as what I had on the last time, but I think I need to change it. So I'm going to hit Window. I'm going to change the x minimum to show over here a little bit less. I'm going to go down further, so I need to change the y minimum also. So let's change the x minimum to maybe -5 this time, and let's change the y minimum to maybe -150. Let's keep this one like that. And I'm almost there, but maybe we should just go a little bit further with the x minimum, or y minimum, sorry. Let's go to -200. I'm only doing this just to show you that you can change this and it changes slightly how your graph looks like. Okay. So now we need to calculate the x-intercepts, which are the zeros in the calculator. So you're going to go second, calculate, and you need to calculate a 0. This is really the same as when you were doing it with your parabolas. So you scroll over. I'm going to do the first one first. So I'm going to scroll all the way over here and hit enter. Whoa, I went way too far. Sorry. There, enter. This part is really important, is that you don't go past like there. Because if you go over here, then that's going to give you another error because it's not going to know what to be looking for. And then the guess is just right here-ish. It doesn't have to be perfectly on the x-axis, but there it is. Okay, so this is your first one. Let's see if this works this time. There we go. Okay, so your first answer is x equals -0.575. The next one, same process, second calculate, 0. We're going to do left bound is here, right bound is here, and then guess is here. Enter. And then here's your second answer, like that. And then last one, second calculate, we want a 0. So then we're going to do this last one over here. So, whoa, too far. Left bound is over here. Enter. 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 There we go. Okay. And last one is this one. Now you notice that last one says -1.4 times 10 to the -11th. That's just so close to 0 that we can just call it 0. So our three answers are, I'll just highlight these a little bit. I'll just circle them. Here, here, and here. Okay. By the way, hold on, let me erase. On Desmos, here I have this thing calculated right here. You can also just click on the x-intercept. So that's significantly easier. But yeah. Okay. Also, I noticed that these don't really match, so I wonder if I have something different in my y equals for both. Oh, you know what? This should have said 8, not 28. Anyway, it's the same skill, so I should have changed this to 8, and that will slightly change your graph and your answers. But you know what? It's the same skill, so I'm going to not change that on the video. So that is how you're going to do this. Be careful about how you put it in your calculator. That's kind of a good lesson for us. And that is it. Go on to the next video.